Hello. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha. I am a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping you and everyone living with Parkinson's around the world. We want to help you regain and retain your speech and your swallowing. Thank you for joining me today. We will go through the Speak Out therapy exercises. The topic for today is libraries. Say that with me with intent. Libraries. Really get the words in front of you. We're not yelling. We're just speaking out. Ready? Say it again. Libraries. That's the topic for today. And before we practice smiling with intent, we need some inspiration. Here's a wonderful photo of Clark from Pennsylvania. He's actually from Dallas too. One of our emeritus board members, Clark. He is, look at him sitting in front of the daffodils and smiling with great intent. We miss having you, Clark, in Dallas, but thank you for sending in that photo. Let's go ahead and take our sip of water. Of course, we'll do it with intent, which means we're going to think about it. The first Speak Out exercise is called the warm-up. Lift your voice and make it fly forward. I want you to look at something across the room. I'm looking at the wall. I don't have anything too interesting. Actually, I have the big lights, production lights that we use for these sessions. So I'll shoot for my voice flying forward and hitting that light. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. The more you exaggerate, the better. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Be very deliberate. Make sure you're connecting the sounds. Here we go again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very nice. We're not letting the voice go back here. We're speaking out. Do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. I know it might feel silly to be exaggerating so much, but do it anyway. Who cares? This is going to help your speech and your swallowing. Let's do one more. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very nice. Take your sip of water. I want to remind you that today is our webinar with Dr. Ray Dorsey. It is not too late to register. Sandy will post the link, but you can also find it on our website under the education section at the top. Today at 3:00 p.m. U.S. Central Time, Dr. Dorsey will be presenting about his plan to prevent Parkinson's. He's going to talk about the chemicals, the toxins, the pesticides that we are exposed to every day and their correlation to a diagnosis of Parkinson's. This is important for you, but I would think it would be very important for your children, your grandchildren, nieces, nephews, and the grandchildren, nieces, nephews of your friends. So I hope that you will join us for the webinar today. We will post it on our website later, but I would love for you to join live. That way, if you have some questions, you can go ahead and ask Dr. Dorsey. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth wide and make that ah fly forward. Here we go. Ah. We want a clear sound. It should never hurt to do these exercises. It shouldn't sound rough. Let's do another one. Good. Let's do another one. We're going to do a shorter one. Clear, strong, ah, ready? Ah. Very nice. Again. Ah. So good. Take a sip of water. Do it with intent. Be purposeful as you pick up your cup or your glass and you take a sip. Treating swallowing disorders and Parkinson's doesn't only involve the exercises. You have to do a lot of what we call compensatory strategies. So really thinking about it, being more mindful when you're swallowing is actually a very effective compensatory strategy. Another one would be not eating in front of the TV anymore, because it's hard to concentrate and be intentional when you're picking up your fork and you're eating or you're drinking while you're watching TV. So that's another compensatory strategy. I'll share just one more. Taking your pills with applesauce. A lot of our patients at Parkinson Voice Project find that very helpful, so that would be a compensatory strategy. And only taking one pill at a time instead of a whole handful, that's another one. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 3, the glides. Project out a steady ah and slowly glide up. Here we go. Ah. Ah. Very nice. When you go down, don't let the sound go back here. It's down and out. Start high and go down. Ah. Let's try another one. Start high. Ah. Very good. Now let's do one from the beginning. Ah. Ah. Notice when I get to the top, I stop all the way. You want to close your mouth and let everything just relax before you do the downward glide. Let's do one more. Here we go. Ah. Ah. Very nice. We're done with the glides. Take a sip of water and do it with intent. Today is Thursday also. Besides the webinar, we have our Parkinson Singalong right after this session. And it's a Zoom link, and you can find it on the homepage of ParkinsonVoiceProject.org, or Sandy will post, and Sandy will post the link in the chat. But join us for the sing-along every Thursday. Even if you don't like to sing, try it out. It'll help with your speech and your swallowing. We're going to move on to the next speak out exercise, the counting. Lift every number and make it fly forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is important that you're lifting and speaking out. And the same thing when you're talking to people. Everybody say, how are you? And lift your voice. Say it with me. How are you? When I do that, I have better facial expression and I move my mouth more. Say, how are you again, and lift and speak out. Ready? How are you? Good. Now do the same thing with the numbers. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So when you're doing these exercises, you're doing them the same way in terms of lifting and speaking out as you would when you're just talking to your family and friends. The difference is when you do the exercises, they're done with greater intensity. Okay? It's like the difference between shopping in the mall, strolling in the mall, and then power walking down the street. These exercises are your power walking, but you're still doing the same thing. You're speaking out, you're lifting, you're really thinking about it. Let's move on to the reading. Our topic today is libraries. Thank you to Lisa, one of my assistants, for preparing today's session. Let's read these sentences with lots of intent. Emphasize the highlighted words. Exaggerate them. Here we go. Have you been to the world's best libraries? Don't let it trail off. Do it again. Have you been to the world's best libraries? Well, have you? Answer with intent. Read this one. The Morgan Library and Museum is in New York. Notice how I emphasize the highlighted words. Beautiful photograph. Let's do the next one with intent. Here we go. There is the State Library of Victoria in Australia. Again. There is the State Library of Victoria in Australia. And beautiful photograph. Wow. This makes me want to go on a world library tour. Ready? Next one. The Library of Parliament is in Ottawa, Canada. Ready? The Library of Parliament is in Ottawa, Canada. And a beautiful, wow, just gorgeous. Answer these questions. We're moving on to the conversation exercise. Name 3 categories of books you would find at the library and say each one using your best voice. Read these with me with intent. Fiction, nonfiction, children's books. Again, fiction, nonfiction, children's books. And how about this? Name 3 things in a library besides books. Use your best voice. Read these. Historical documents, magazines, computers. Very nice. Take a sip of water. We'll move on to Dr. Boone's words. Exaggerate the G's, the K's, and the NG's. Those sounds force the back of your tongue to go up even higher, and that's very important. It's essential for swallowing. Recite each nonsense word twice. Here we go. Gula ganga ga. Lift. Gula ganga ga. And the next one. Ready? Kuka mangu ka. Kuka mangu ka. Two more words. Ready? Gangla. Hit your target. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. Kukla. Very nice. We're going to move on to the bonus reading. Here's the bell. Bonus reading is much more challenging. All right. If you find it too challenging, one thing you can do is just read the highlighted words with us. And that's also good practice at home. If you download the reading material, I would recommend that everybody read the highlighted words first and then read the paragraph. Let's do that today. Just read the highlighted words. Ready? I'll move them down right there. Ready? Library of Congress. Really speak out. Next one. Washington, D.C. Ready? National. The next. U.S. Speak out. Next. Federal Cultural Institution. Next. 3. Next. Largest. Next. World. Next. Shelf space. And the last one, or two more. Ready? Number. Volumes. So you're really trying to speak out. Now let's read the whole thing. Ready? The Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. is essentially both the National Library of the U.S. and the country's oldest federal cultural institution. Though it consists of only 3 buildings, it is the largest library in the world for shelf space and number of volumes. Did you notice how I did that? And here is a photo of the Library of Congress and a reminder about today's sing-along that will begin in just 10 minutes. And then also the Parkinson's plan. Register to attend today's webinar. It'll be today at 3 o'clock p.m. U.S. Central Time. If that's the middle of the night for you, we will post a video on our website afterward. I don't know if it'll be today, but it'll be maybe by early next week. Thank you for joining me today. Please help us and help other people with Parkinson's by sharing information about these Speak Out Home practice sessions online in any chat rooms or anywhere that you are online, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Have a great day. Bye-bye.